to show you how badly this whole thing is going off. Like, this is a story that most people will just eye roll and forget, and yet it's one of the most ridiculous, absurd stories ever when you really dig into it. The story of this book is about T'Challa, and it's about who will take over as the ruler of Wakanda.
Let me cook. I see this as a complete win, but let me explain to you what he's pissed about. Marvel, as a company, is pivoting. Once was a comic book conglomerate, is now becoming a movie conglomerate. A lot of people who was introduced to Marvel through comic books, like this guy, is kind of pissed about it because they see their art form dying off to their perception, but I see this as a evolution. Here's the thing. As of recent history, there has been multiple changes in the comic book world, which has reflected in movies in the MCU, i.e. Secret Wars, right? Secret Wars was once a comic book, and major things that we've seen on the screen came from the storyline Secret Wars. Staying true to the formula, Marvel teasing what they want to do with the character of T'Challa through this book that is going to be released this year. Because the last time we even seen T'Challa was in the Endgame Avengers film that was released in 2019, and that's like 6 years ago, and that was the only non-DEI hire, people would say, that represented a demographic that, you know, I align with, right? Where is T'Challa? And being that I'm new to this comic book world, due to my involvement in loving films, I'm getting accustomed to how that world operates. Whatever happens in this book has a high chance of happening in live action due to the success of this book. So clearly Marvel has a plan for that character, but before they like stick to it and jump off the cliff, they want to run it by the nerds first to see if they cool with it, and then they will put it on film. A lot of people don't like that. They want to like have a whole nother alternative plan for T'Challa because they didn't like the idea that they actually ended the character due to the passing of Chadwick Boseman. But it is what it is. Why are we going to keep complaining about the past? Let's embrace the future. As of right now, if these names don't mean nothing to you, we in the same boat. But apparently this guy named Christopher Priest will be at the helm of creating this story. He's been telling comic book stories since 1993. So he's been doing this way longer than I've been alive. So I do think, looking at it objectively, he has the right to put his fingerprint on what to do with that character, and I will be watching it. And side note, you know, nothing to do with Chadwick or Black Panther. I like the idea of synergy. If you've been following this channel, you know that I really enjoy the Invincible series on Amazon. It's true to the comics to a T, but I see the benefit of making your comic books fit the television or film or whatever way you want to repackage that content. It allows impatient audience members like me to like look ahead and see what's to come. It's an easier turn rate, basically, right? To make a freaking film, you gotta have like a over $150 million budget. And based off Google, the print a comic book, you need a roughly $5K, $10K on a good day. You know what I'm saying? So the speed of how we can tell stories, or the speed of focusing on these side characters, like Scar from She-Hulk is just a random character that came out of nowhere. They can literally make a comic book that is directly tied to the MCU to figure out his background, so people can kind of understand how he just popped up out of nowhere, which I'm not against. I'm not opposed to that, okay? Or have little comic books that go in between projects to explain certain things. There's so much going on in the MCU. There's no way they can make a film or a series for everything. So why not throw a comic book that direction? But comment down below. Tell me if I'm tripping or not, but I see this as a complete win. Especially if you like the MCU, you just ignore the things you don't like, or things that are not catered to you, like, I don't know, series like Miss Marvel. I'm not the demographic. I'm not gonna force myself to watch that.
No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it!